Beep, beep. What is up, guys? My name is Sam World, and welcome to Explorations Volume 2, a sound bank, sample pack, and construction kits looking to capture the sound of Melodic House. Now, as always, guys, when I work on a sound bank, the first thing I do is I do a little bit of research, and I go on Spotify and look up Melodic House playlist and Juna Deep, cool stuff like that. And then from there, base a lot of the sounds on what I hear, do recreations and inspirations of these sounds. So if you like any of the sounds you find in this video and you want to support the channel, best way to do it, you can find us over at evilsounds.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. With that being said, let's go through some of the Serum patches first, which I believe we're going to have a total of 140, might be 150. But again, the pack's going to be super jam-packed and everything's going to be for the melodic house genre. Okay, so the first thing we have obviously are going to be called ATM atmospheres. So I did like 3 of them. This one's called Desolated Mountain. And the idea of this obviously is beginning of a song or to create texture in the song. You can have it going through it. Now with most of the patches, I really put in a lot of effort in just creating mods that can allow you to change the sound into multiple things. Just in case you're that person that knows how important automations are. Just gonna move this up so we can create movement, okay? Then from there, fracture. Here we have that mod. Okay, so that one's fractures. It can be used on a drop or on a break if you're trying to create tension. And the last atmosphere is just called Sierra. So California, we have the Sierra Nevada mountains. And I don't know, I just thought it sounded cool. And again, just messing with a bit of the mod wheels to make the sound come alive. So again, not just playing F, but which is what I'm playing, but going through it. From there, we're going to have bass lines, and the bass lines are just going to be standard melodic house ones. There's going to be some sustained ones and of course some progressive ones of nature. So this one's just going to be a standard sub, 5 feet swell, been bodyboarding, what's up? It's going to sound like this. So FM gives this sound a lot of good upper harmonic. Of course, then we're going to have distortion. Just to beef it up. But you can open higher FM, lower the ratio. And of course, you can change all of that and turn it into a... next one, fifth tube. And with the mod, we can control sort of like the time. The next bass that I like in the pack is called Boom All Night. And again, just this is going to be more of the more progressive ones. So a lot of opportunities to add really cool modulations with this one, as you can see. Change the sound up slowly or go based on it. Now, this next one is inspired by Artbat. They have a track called Flaming or Flame, and they have this very big... Yeah, but the cool thing about it is that they'll jump between octaves and do some cool stuff. So something like... Okay, and this effect is created by just having a very high resonance with a bunch of distortion and of course some detunement going on the wavetables here. We can and when I move the resonance, you can see it gets a different vibe, and we can make it warm. And then we can also move this. But the right way to use it would be the other way. This is just aggressive. This should be in a techno pack, man. I don't know what it's doing in its exploration pack. This is all about chill and beauty, but it is what it is. Ghetto blast. Okay, from there, let's look at another good one. Hypnotize, inspired by Tin Liquor. Okay, so there is a bit of width to this, which is created with this guy here. And some really kind of interesting mods to kind of go with it. All right, guys, so those are going to be some of the bass lines. From there, we're going to have some chord shots. I wish I would have added a lot more to the pack, but there's only so much you can do with a +7th patch, and you're going to recognize what I mean by a +7 patch. All right, so it's a very iconic sound. Again, just playing around with some of the mods. You can put it up an octave. It's probably one of the more beautiful sounds in the pack, but the thing with these kind of sounds is that once you use them in a track, it definitely puts it in a certain category. And it's very easy to break it, but they sound great. Here's one from a drum and bass track. So I did live streams where I would ask people what kind of sounds they wanted to hear in the pack. This was one. Thought it would fit, but we'll see if anybody can use it. At the low end. This one's an ARP effort, so that just means you can play off. Okay, so very iconic sounds you guys probably recognize, and those are going to be some of the chord shots. Here's the Run Blanca, inspired by Lane 8. I believe it's the collab he had with KasaBlanca, so that's going to be that one. From there, we're going to have some Earcandy, or yeah, I believe I'm going in the wrong direction. We're going to have some Earcandy patches. The idea with these for me was just kind of creating patches that people can use. It wouldn't be the main element in a song, but it would sort of add ear candy. So this is probably one of the more ones you're going to recognize. Listen to Camel Fat Coca-Cola song, which essentially is just a pitch that is done through the matrix. So just okay, from there there's a bass. Let's add some interesting stuff to it. From there, we have one called Birth Nation. Again, just using the mods to kind of change the sound up. This could be a pluck, but it was in a song by George Bourne where it was just hitting on a beat. So I consider it an ear candy kind of sound, even though you're going to find some patches over there. Yeah, so there's going to be a couple. Gating Alessa. And there's going to be some. From there, Lost Brass. This one's considered ear candy, but some of you guys might like it as a main lead. It's a little bit on the dirty side, but you can clean it up if you don't like that. You can use it as a brass, dry it. Okay, +7 on it. We could do that. And then acid. And just making it sound like very, again, in the background. So that's why I consider it an ear candy kind of sound. Norm Pure bass one, which is the whistle. Oh, Lord, have mercy on that. All right. So those are going to be some guys that you guys can find there. There's a couple more to kind of explore, but again, just all your can. Sort of stuff that we can kind of utilize. Okay. Oh, I'll show the UMIG one because I like it. Very dusty. I love this sound. It sounds dirty, but for certain tracks, I know it will work. All All right, guys, from there, we're going to go to the leads, which is probably the biggest section in the pack. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. These are all sorry, excuse my language, sauce. It's just hard to not accept this one, but it's just hard. But here's a couple I like. Ambolo phone, which is just a sampled ambalophone. And you can add OTT to bring a lot of the high ends out. Make it wide. The only thing I don't like about the OTT is obviously you can hear little things popping out of that sample. So that was the only thing. From there, we have a Bad Habits Lead to You Medusa lead. Someone requested it in a live stream. I know it's not Explorations, but... And then we have this nice lick in the width. Very nice, just well-processed saw. It's what it is. Again, a lot of saw. Let's make this one a little louder. And then there's a mod. It's just to kind of give movement to the sound. Brassy climax. It sounds proper, and it's probably one of the nicer sounds here. You can make it undeep. The thing I want you guys to pay attention to is the high end on these sounds. I worked really hard to make them not sound too digitally for you. That thing jiggles. Okay, from there, Buddha Kid. It's an artist I found on a playlist on Spotify. Okay, as we keep going. I sampled a couple of things like flutes and I think a guitar and a piano, and I ran it through Serum, which I'm sure you guys have seen. You know, obviously Kashmir had like the whole orchestral Serum sound set, so it's based on that. But it definitely does give a nice kind of vibe if I play chords. From there, Plucks. I thought it was good. Turn it into a lead. Okay, really cool stuff. Cheap guitar. Same idea. Bring it from the background to the front. It sounds very oriental. This is not like a guitar. It sounds like we're in Japan. I really like it. I thought it was good. We can add a nice little top layer to it, okay? And then we have the cheap piano. Add a saw layer for some. Okay, just to kind of give a little bit of something people recognize and whatnot. From here, we have probably my favorite lead in the pack, and it's the lead diary inspired by Polar Ink. They have a track called Journal. Very nice. You can add a top layer to it. That's it. But that initial sound is life. Oh, so good. I like that one a lot. 80s inspired lead. Can make it wide. And make it sound tuba-ish. If you have Diva, you know. Okay, let's see. Evolution of... Whoa, have mercy. Okay, yeah. Evolution of Saw, very heavily processed. like a DJ just messing with the mods and stuff, but that's called gated square. From there, okay, just another epic tuba lead. Hell's Bells. Module to make it into a pluck. Hidden square. Movement. Okay, so the movement just adding a bit of auto panning. Obviously, we can reverse. And again, hopefully you kind of see what I'm doing with the mods, guys. Is the idea of it is just, again, why make one lead when you can make a bunch? This is going to be more of a ravey lead, obviously detune saws. And you can turn it into an Earcandy lead, which again, it's a lead that is meant to be in the background. From here, we call the lead called Home is in Jonah. It's another Polar Ink style lead. Okay, we can change the tone. I don't like it sustained out. If we open it up, you're gonna notice there's this oscillator layered with it that's gonna pan left and right. Just a little bit of effort put into the patches to just make them sound a little more dynamic and lively. Lead horn of Padres. Okay, and then there's some mods, of course, with it. Isla Hombres. Very Luttrell inspired lead. Luttrell had a lot of really like square bass leads in this track. Hyper. Probably do it like. Okay, just kalimba lead, guys. Kalimba. Turn into a pat. Gate it. KasaBlanca lead Larsen based on the national park, but again, inspired by a song. No bell. No. And again, if you don't like the release, that's totally fine. There is something added there. Here we have this patch, which is just... Sup? Now, yeah, it's just one of those patches. I wouldn't... Honestly, I don't think people are going to use it. It's just more for showing off and like having fun with it. Unless you really want a song that just sticks to that, then by all means. Next lead, Messiah. Okay, another lead where there's a lot. It's gonna have a nice panning like top layer to it, which I really like. Bell type lead. Okay, so those are going to be some of the leads, guys, and there's a bunch more, and most of them are going to have, again, those automations for you guys to use to really, again, make your tracks just sound better, more dynamic and more complex at the same time. With the leads, again, that was my biggest goal with them. And again, there's going to be a bunch, all of them. You're going to have opportunities to just bring your tracks to life. That was my idea with it. All right, guys, from there, let me just show you guys a couple of pads and plucks, and then we'll move on to the sample pack. So with the pads, of course, we're going to have the standard pads where I kind of sampled stuff. There is going to be one called Art. If that's what you want, it has a very interesting sound. And you can use it as an uplifter as well. Just okay, Pat Elijah. Then we have another one. Let's see that I really like. Milky. Can also like play like an ARP with it, and it makes like really nice stuff. Okay, guys, and then we're gonna have a couple of plucks. This one's inspired by Solomon's remix of a Moderat track, which again, I forgot to show you guys that beautiful lead, which now I kind of want to show it before we kind of move on. I forgot what I called it though, but it's definitely one of my favorite ones in the pack. And yeah, it's this one. We're gonna move this mod to the right. So yeah, someone in the stream requested that, and I thought it was beautiful. The other lead I have to show is called Undercover by L.I. and Fur. It's just such a well-processed saw. We can turn it more guitar-y if that's what you want. Again, most of them will have modulations that I hope you guys explore, but they're going to help a lot in making better music. From here, we'll show some plucks. Cornica Tears. You can wave shape it, so maybe I'll... Okay, from there, I believe there's one I really like called Iron Wing. Again, mods. I thought it sounded better. It sounds good in the demo in the pack, by the way. So check out the website for the demos in this one. But other than that, guys, those are going to be some of the Serum presets. And from there, let's move on to a little bit of what the sample pack offers. Now, for the sample pack, guys, it's going to be pretty straightforward. We have 5 construction kits as well as a lot of goodies for you guys to utilize to make melodic house music. So the first thing is we have our drum one-shots where we're going to have claps. Okay, kicks. Now, for the kicks in this pack, I decided to go with kick 2. I felt like the sound of it was just kind of like screaming techno melodic house. So very 808 oriented with just a good click. Gave really good kicks that you guys can utilize for the music. I feel like these kicks are mostly going to work really well with stuff that's a little bit more chiller than the harder stuff. But again, you can try perks. Of course, we're going to have snares, all the good stuff, some shifted claps. I thought it would be nice to put a couple in there. Try to get creative with some. Where it was like Foley into a clap. Thought it was cool, but most of the time with shifted claps, you grab the original clap. If it has a reverb tail, you reverse that into it and you get out. Which sounds pretty cool. Good for accentuation and whatnot. From there, we are going to have drum loops. And for these, I actually enlisted the help of Semenga. So if you watch the feedback streams, you know he makes some really good groovy tech house. So he made some really good drum loops for us. Just playing a bit of them. And then those are my bongos out of key. I have the bongos here. I tried recording them, but I just didn't get the right sound that I was trying to get with them. But there you go. You get that. Okay, from there, we are going to have some shaker loops, which... You know, I heard the Oliver and Tool sample pack on Splice, and the shakers he has are really good, so I just want to mimic a little bit of it, utilizing delay in A and B form of shakers. From there, we are going to have some loops in terms of melodic, bass loops, and chord loops, but it's not going to be a lot. Just a couple. But I really do like the atmospheres that we created for the pack. These are always like gold for when it comes to chill stuff. Now from there, we created a lot of MIDIs for the pack. So there's a folder called Extra MIDI, which are going to be some of the loops that Semenga helped me create for the pack, which he's added for there. And you're going to find chords and stuff, and then there's going to be the official section, which are going to be the MIDI loops that I made for the pack. There's going to be a total of 25 chord progressions. Here's a couple for you guys to check out if you want to check it out. Here are some of the melodies with my favorite patch from the pack, and I'll add some modulations as I play some of them for you. And here are going to be some of the art melody loops that we have created for the pack. From there, guys, we have the vocals in the pack, which is going to be a total of 45 made by Semenga. He put a lot of effort into them, and I think some of them sound really good. The man is a genie with his voice, and you're going to realize some of these are just like pretty swell. Like I get a lot of ideas going through some of these, so here's a couple.
Come drift away. Come drift away with me. Come step away, my soul. Follow me, follow me. Brifana mukunefa, mafili kanda. The sun is shining, the birds are whispering. I see fish can fly and birds can swim, I wonder why.
Okay, guys, from there we do have 5 construction kits. And again, the idea of construction kits is just going to be to, I mean, ideally would be to kind of set it up so that maybe like you can kind of like get an idea going. So usually the way I use them is probably lay down like everything that's supplemental for me. So that way I'll have something like this. And from there,
Lost in your eyes.
If you need the bass and you want to create a melody, that's cool too. From there, let's get like maybe some claps in. Again, just kind of filling it out. On warp, make sure you go to the BPM that is provided. That way when you go, and then from there, you can start adding your own touches to it and remove what you don't like or remove what stays and vice versa. But it's a cool way, as well as maybe something's missing in the track, like a Vox or something, you can drop that in. From here, here's a little preview. Guys, and that is going to be Explorations Volume 2. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, this is the best way to do it. I work really hard on these packs, and I know a lot of you guys like to use them for the presets or the samples. So hopefully this pack brings you guys a lot of, I wouldn't even say hours, I'm going to say years of joy making melodic techno. Hopefully you can come back to it and see it as a stapled part of your production arsenal to create some dope stuff. And as always, you guys take care, much love, and thank you guys so much for the support throughout the years. It means a lot, and it's a blessing that I'm able to do this as a living, and hopefully I am giving back to you guys with some dope ass presets and good stuff for you guys to utilize to make better music. With that being said, you guys take care and peace out.